Hey guys, FFJmon here. Hope everyone is doing well. Today is the day. We got part 3 of the Ultimate Pokemon Picker video where we're going to go through my overall favorite Pokemon picks from each generation and each Pokemon by type, and then overall what my favorite Pokemon is currently of all time, as well as seeing what my favorite or best Pokemon team would be that I would pick if I were to pick 6 Pokemon, as well as a few other fun categories at the end. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. Please like and subscribe to my channel at FFJmon. And yeah, hope you enjoy the finale of the Ultimate Pokemon Picker. Thanks. Alright, so now that we've categorized my favorite Pokemon by generation and by type, and my overall favorite for each gen, it's time to now find my favorite Pokemon by type per generation, and then find my favorite Pokemon overall. Alright, so starting with the normal type. And also I just wanted to preface that a lot of these are probably gonna, be biased toward Gen 1, Gen 2, Gen 3, like kind of favor those early gens just because those are the gens I have the most affinity for and the most nostalgia for. And not that I don't like the newer gens, but that's just kind of what I grew up with. So let's see, out of all the normal types here, I think I'm going to have to go with Pidgeot, just because Pidgeot is such a classic, your first kind of route bird Pokemon. So majestic. I really like the hair that it has, and I just think it's a cool design. It's simple, but yet it's cool. And like the other birds are also cool in the later gens, but I don't know, there's just something about Pidgeot that's just very, like, yeah, it's just very cool. A lot of memories with Pidgeot. So now the fire type. Fire type's tricky. There's some very good ones. A lot of these are Gen 1 starters. Or sorry, are fire starters. Yeah, this one's tough. Yeah. See, I think I'm going to have to go with, again, this is kind of going back to nostalgia. I think I'm going to have to go with Magmar. Just because I think that, like, the volcano, like, I love volcanoes. Magmar is such a cool Pokemon. That episode with Ash fighting Blaine's Magmar and Ash's Charizard prevailing. Magmar, I think, is just very cool. I'm going to have to go with Magmar. Alright, let's go water type. This one's easy. I kind of mentioned it before, but Swampert is probably one of my favorite Pokemon. And yeah, he was my Gen 3 starter. I just think that his design is really cool. I always liked his design, and water ground type is a great type matchup. And yeah, overall, Swampert's just, he's hard to beat. Go with Swampert. Alright, grass types. Now this one, I have Venusaur as my favorite Gen 1. But I think overall, even though Sceptile was not my favorite Gen 3, I think he is my favorite grass just because, like, he's a lizard. And yeah, I think Sceptile, he may not be the strongest, but I just think Sceptile is very cool. I think I'm going to have to go with Sceptile. We'll go Sceptile for grass type. Alright, electric type. This one is going to be a little different. I think my favorite electric type, honestly, I think is Toxtricity. I used him, he was in my Gen 8 playthrough, and I just really like Toxtricity. Like, poison electric type is a cool typing. I think the whole like punk rock theme with him in his like alternate form is pretty cool. I just love the blue and purple. Like it's a really cool design, and yeah, I gotta go Toxicity here. That's kind of bucking the trend of picking the older gens, but I think for this one it's well deserved. Ice type. Ice type. I think out of all of these, I'm gonna have to go with Regice. Regice is like the quintessential ice type for me, and I just think he's really cool. Definitely my favorite Reggie, and yeah, I think he's just the epitome of the ice type. Bulky, but also he's got really strong special defense, but he's also like very strong. I know the ice type's kind of like a glass cannon typically, not very bulky, but have great attack. More of an offensive type, but Regice definitely deserves to be my favorite ice type. Let's see. Got the fighting type. What do we got here? These are really good. Yeah. Honestly, oof. It's really down between Hitmonchan, Lucario, or Annihilate. I'm gonna have to go with Annihilate actually. Another new gen favorite, but I think what they did with Primeape and how they expounded upon that, I just think, and plus the fact that I had a shiny Mankey and then Annihilate, Primeape and then Annihilate during my playthrough, and I just think like the concept of Annihilate is just really cool. I think Rage Fist is a cool move. I'm gonna have to go with Annihilate. Now I know that makes him not only my favorite Gen 9 Pokemon, but also my favorite fighting type. It's pretty crazy. Alright. And yeah, we can't have repeats here, so I can have a repeat if I had a favorite here and also a favorite here. Alright, let's go poison type. Poison type. Ooh, poison's kind of a tough one because I'm never, out of all the different types, I don't think poison is like the one type that I like a lot of the, not that I don't like poison types, it's just that's typically not my aesthetic or not the Pokemon I kind of gravitate toward are poison types, but I think out of all of these, I really like Toxicroak. I think Toxicroak has a cool design. I had one during my Diamond playthrough. I like Krogunk. I got him at the Safari Zone in, what's the name of that city? It's the one with the water type gym. Pastoria City, yeah. Toxicroak. I know a lot of the Team Galactic had Krogunks and Toxicroaks. But yeah, I just thought he was a cool fighting poison type. He's definitely my favorite poison type, I'd say. So yeah, we got a good diversity of generations here. Gen 1, 3, 8, 3, 9, 4. Yeah. Don't have Gen 5 or Gen 2 yet. Or Gen 6, but maybe we will. Alright, ground type. Also a tough one. Got some good ground types here. Yeah, it's really gonna kind of come down to these early gens here. Ooh, I think this is where Gen 5 might... Ooh, but there's Flygon. Yeah, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. You know what? Ooh, man, these kind of get tough. Okay, let's do ground. I think Flygon's gonna take the cake here. I was gonna possibly say Golurk, because I think Golurk is... I think his design, his lore, the fact that he's basically like a robot, like old sentient robot that's kind of like cursed, I think. I think that's a really cool idea. But Flygon is just such a good Pokemon. Ground Dragon type. He was in the what movie was that? He was in the oh yeah, Jirachi Wishmaker movie. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go Flygon here. I wanted to put Golurk. I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go Flygon. Flying type. Got Charizard in the mix here. I don't know. I think it's gonna come down to either Charizard or Tornadus. Because I think out of the three, isn't Tornadus the one that's kind of the leader of them? Because there's like Landorus and Thundurus. Or is Landorus the one that's the head one? Because like, is it that Tornadus and Thundurus are like enemies, and then Landorus is kind of like the boss? I forget if it's either I think Landorus or Tornadus. I don't remember. But anyways, I think the genies in Gen 5 are cool, and I think Tornadus is my favorite out of all of them. The fact that he's just like a pure flying type, I think is pretty cool. I've never had one. I don't think I've ever caught the genies in black and white. Yeah. I don't know. It'd either be him or Charizard, or maybe Drifblim. I don't know, I feel like the safe pick is Charizard for my favorite, but I don't know, I kind of like Tornadus. Even though I've never had one. I just think he's a cool Pokemon. Yeah. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna do Tornadus. There you go, Gen 5. Psychic type. Yeah, so, okay, this definitely comes down to these three here. I was always a big fan of Latias. I have like a Latias EX Pokemon card that I've had for a long time. It's kind of beat up now, but I remember getting that card. I think we bought the pack at like Target back in like, I think that was back when the EX era like just back fresh, and I remember pulling a Latias EX. I remember it being such a cool card. I think I remember opening it like once my mom bought it at Target. I think I opened it like it was like right when it got scanned for checkout. I think my mom gave it to me, and I like opened it like right away, and I remember pulling it. So I remember looking at that card and like still being in Target. And then Espeon, yeah, I mean it's basically your starter in Pokemon Coliseum, and I have fond memories of that game and using Espeon. But then also Alakazam is just, I think he's like the epitome of like a cool psychic type. So it really comes down to these three. But I think in reality it's probably going to come down to these two, Alakazam or Latias. You know what? I think I'm going to do Latias because, yeah, I'm going to do Latias. And then I think for gimmick form, I'm going to choose Alakazam because I feel like it'd be wrong if I didn't have Alakazam in one of my favorites somewhere. So he definitely wins out for gimmick form. So I feel comfortable having him here, even though I don't have him here. Here for psychic type. Bug type. A lot of cool bug types. I think ultimately it's going to be Scizor though. Scizor is just so cool. Steel, bug, his red color scheme. I remember Gary had one in the anime. Yeah, Scizor he's pretty top notch. I have I don't actually no, I don't have a. I don't think I have a Scizor card in in the Pokemon TCG. I want one though. Let's see, rock type. A lot of cool rock types. Ooh. I think I'm gonna have to pick Aggron just because I think his design. I remember having an Aggron like toy growing up, and I remember I could like whip his tail around. It was one of those like small toys, but I think Aggron is just such a cool design. He's a bulky rock and steel type. Although like Lycanroc, it would come down to either him, Lycanroc, or Aerodactyl. Because I mean Aerodactyl's a dinosaur. Like how cool is that? Rock flying type. It's either down to him or Aggron, but I think I'm gonna have to go Aggron here. Let's see, ghost type. Ooh, a lot of good ghost types. Obviously the classic quintessential ghost, Gengar, Misdreavus, Dusclops, Spiritomb, Cofagrigus, Aegislash, Marshadow, Hisuian Zoroark, or Cerulege. Yeah, this one's tough. Honestly, I really like Spiritomb. I know he's just like a rock and like a weird face, but I know Gengar is just so classic. But Dusclops is basically like a black hole. Isn't he basically like a black hole inside? That's kind of cool. But I think Spiritomb, I like how you have to like find the odd keystone, and I forget the other requirement to get him in the games, but I just think he's really cool and kind of mysterious. I remember he had an episode in the anime that I thought was pretty creepy. I'm gonna have to go with Spiritomb. Dragon type. This one's tough. This one's very tough. I love the dragon type. I mean, who doesn't like the dragon type? I like Roaring Moon. I've never had one or played with one. I just think like what they did with Roaring Moon in relation to like Salamence, like I think it's just, that's awesome. Like I think he looks probably even better than Salamence. I need to get a Roaring Moon in the game and play with one. He's so cool. I love the color scheme too, like that blue and red and yellow, like, yeah. See, in my mind, it comes down to either Roaring Moon, Salamence, or Tyrantrum. And what's he look like shiny? I'm curious. Oh, that's so cool. I had a feeling he'd be blue. That's so cool. Huh. Oof. Either Tyrantrum or Salamence or Roaring Moon. Or maybe Drudican. Honestly, yeah, I don't know. Salamence is so classic. I think he's a dragon, yeah, dragon rock type. Giratina's pretty cool. Dragonite's classic. Ooh. There's no wrong answer, really, except Alolan Executor, probably. Alright, well, I don't know. I'm gonna put Tyrantrum for now. Let's see. Oh, I still got the shiny Charmander. Alright. Yeah. I'll put Tyrantrum for now. I might change it, but let's do that for now. Alright. Let's go to the dark type. The dark type. think for this one, I'm gonna put Incineroar. Because yeah, I really like Incineroar. I know he gets a lot of flack for being like so overpowered, but I think he's really cool. And yeah, he's in Smash. And yeah, he wasn't my original starter for Gen 7, but I wish he was. And I played Gen 7 with Incineroar as my starter, and I just think he's so cool. Like, he's a wrestler, brawler cat. And yeah, I think they really nailed the design there. Fire Dark type. Steel. Ooh. I think this comes down to either Bisharp or Metagross. And I think in this case, since Metagross is so cool and he's like a supercomputer basically, I think I'm gonna have to go with Metagross. Fairy type. Honestly, I really like Iron Valiant. Out of all the Paradox Pokemon for Violet, now between, this might be controversial, or maybe not, but between like Scarlet or Violet in terms of the Paradox Pokemon, I thought Scarlet had like, it was cooler because it was past Pokemon rather than just like robots of current Pokemon. Like, I don't know. I feel like I had Violet, so unfortunately I wasn't able to really have any of the past Pokemon like Roaring Moon, but out of all the future Paradox Pokemon, I think they did the best design with Iron Valiant. Cause I just think it takes the best of Gallade and Gardevoir and kind of puts it all together. And I just think they executed that great. And I played with one a little bit, and I think it's pretty sweet. So I'm gonna have to do Iron Valiant. Now my favorite starter. This one's tough. As you guys can kind of see, it really comes down to either like Venusaur, Swampert, or Sceptile in terms of like my favorite starter. Because here they are from each gen. And yeah, it really comes down to Venusaur or Swampert. And I think, man, that's tough. Oh, man. You know what? Oh. I was originally gonna say Venusaur, but I honestly think Swampert. If I really had to pick, I think it's Swampert. Yeah. I'm gonna have to go with Swampert. I think you can tell by my picks that Gen 3 is like my favorite gen, because how many Gen 3 do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of these are Gen 3. And you're also going to see, for Legendary, it's definitely Deoxys. Like, he is my favorite Legendary, without a doubt. Without a doubt. So favorite overall between my favorite per gen and favorite per type. Favorite per gen and favorite per type. Ooh. Yeah. I think there's only one clear answer here. It's going to be Deoxys. Alright guys, that's my list. Please let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree with this list. Hope you guys enjoyed. We can finish these on the bottom here real quick. I know this has been a long video. Appreciate you guys sticking with me through here. So favorite regional bird, definitely Pidgey. Favorite mammal, ooh, definitely favorite mammal. I think I'm gonna go with Zigzagoon. Regional bug, Ooh, hoo hoo hoo. Regional bug. Ooh. I actually really like Orbeetle. I forget the first stage of Orbeetle. I might go with him actually. Favorite pseudo legend. Favorite pseudo legend. Now, he didn't really make my favorites, but I think it's probably, even though Metagross, yeah, he was my favorite steel type, but out of my favorite pseudo legend, it's probably Salamence. Favorite Pikachu clone. Okay, so I'm guessing by this, it's not, you can't pick someone that is Pikachu. I don't get why they have Pikachu as an option, but my favorite clone of Pikachu is probably, Mimikyu. Favorite evolution. Ooh. So if I could have an evolution as a pet, which one would I have? I think it'd be Espeon. Favorite fossil. Yeah. So I think it's Tyrantrum. I mean, he's a T-Rex. How can you beat that? Regional form. I think they did such a good job with Articuno. Like, I just love Articuno's psychic. Like, the fact that he's, like, can levitate and doesn't even use his wings. Like, I don't know, I just think, and, like, his little visor that he shoots, like, beams out of his eyes. I think they did such a good job with him. Gigantamax. Wasn't a huge fan of Gigantamax. I kind of warmed up to it later on, but out of all of these, I like Kingler. I think Kingler's is funny. I typically don't like it when they like put facial hair or like facial features like that on Pokemon, but I think Kingler's is cool. Yeah. Alright, favorite baby. Favorite baby. I like Magpie. Favorite box legendary. Ooh, box legendary. You know what? That's tough. Obviously, Deoxys isn't on there. I like Lugia. You know what? Let's give Lugia some love. Lugia. Favorite mythical. Deoxys. Ultra Beast. Guzzlord. Paradox Pokemon. Yeah, they got some cool ones. But I think it's gonna be Roaring Moon. Favorite type. My favorite type. That's a tough one. Let's go back. Pokeball. My favorite Pokeball. Ooh, I always like the Timer Ball. I don't even know the name of a lot of these. Premier Ball I like. Yeah, let's do Premier Ball. And it's probably this one, honestly. The fact that and the ears are red and it's like symmetrical. I like symmetry and like balance. I think I'm gonna go with that one actually. Vivian, definitely the yellow and blue one. Mimi, definitely this like whitish blue. Ooh, with blueberries. Favorite new evolution. It's gotta be Scizor. Favorite type. Let's look at the type chart. I think overall my favorite type, it's either fire, ice, or psychic. Yeah, I think it's either fire, ice, or psychic. Because, yeah, I just think they have cool Pokemon, cool moves, more offensive types. I like rock type too. I think overall it's the moves. So ground type got a, let's get Annihilate on there. We got a, there we go. And there we got a rock dragon. We got Gen 3, 8, 9. Ooh, we gotta get a psychic type on. Alakazam. So we got a psychic type, rock dragon, ghost fighting, fire grass. I could put him. I want either a fire. Fire. Grass. What do I need? Grass dark. Fire dark. Yeah, who do I need to round it out? Water. I could do Skullvillain and do Fire Grass, but I don't know. Mega Alakazam. Fire Psychic. I think last but not least, what do I want? I don't have any dragon type. Oh yeah, I do. I don't have any steel types. I feel like I need a steel type in there. I feel like I want Mega Alakazam in there. Steel. Grass. Ooh. I'm gonna do Ferrothorn. Grass, steel type. Yeah, for a good team, Swampert. So grass, steel, psychic, rock, dragon, ghost fighting, electric, poison, and water, ground. That's a pretty good team. That's a pretty good team. I don't know, as cool as Annihilate is, I don't know if I'd want him per se. And I want a fire type in there. I like having all 3 elemental types on my team. So grass, water, and fire. I like having all of them on one team. And I think I'll put Hisuian Typhlosion. Get the fire ghost in there. Yeah. Yep, I think that's it. Alright, that's my team. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe this video, and please be on the lookout for more content. I think I'm going to talk about Pokemon TCG, the video games, the movies, the TV shows, and maybe do some pack openings in the future. But thank you all for joining.